Alright, first and foremost, I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in all sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Yahya from the JMS Kingston Jamaica camp, here with a quick lesson, man. And I want to give all praises to the Most High for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson, you know. And so, pretty much what happened is that there's a video circulating about two elderly women in the age of around 50 to 60 years of age who were caught stealing. They stole items such as cheese, baby feeding, rice, you know, basic house items are necessities that, a household could consume. You think daily things that you would need to eat. Pretty much it was a small grocery bag of food, the bag of food didn't pretty much, I think that wouldn't come up to about 5,000 Jamaican dollars, but what happened is that they were caught and were ridiculed and videoed and held and whatever else occurred happened unto them. I think police was called on them as well and charges was pressed. But we have to, as spiritual men, we have to look at things spiritually, right? And we have to judge things according to the scriptures. Now, the precepts says in the book of Proverbs chapter 6 verse 30 says, men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry, right? Now, based on an assessment of the situation, it is very, very evident that these two women stole items that was for basic household use. You understand? So therefore, they did not have the financial means to purchase these items. So it says, men do not despise a thief. What does the word despise mean? Right? The word despise mean is to regard as insignificant. So don't regard these individuals as insignificant because they are the children as well of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? And the way this system is set up, it is basically putting them in a situation where they have to steal. You understand? So it says, men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. So that is the judgment of how to pretty much judge that situation. Those two ladies was found, right? They stole. They supposed to restore that which they stole, right? There are situations as well, if you not basically showing a level of compassion unto them, right? They would have to give extra, right? But compassion also comes into play when you're judging a situation like this, because evidently the reason why they're stealing is because they don't have much to maintain themselves, right? So the scriptures speak about basically doing a period of service as well to basically repay the debt, right? When you jump from here to the book of Matthew, chapter 18, I think around verse I'm going to start at 23, right? 22 says, Yahushua said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Slakia. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children and all that he had, and payment to be made. Right? The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. Right? So there is a certain level of compassion that you can exercise in situations like these, men. Right? Because evidently our people are being put in a period of difficulty, right? When you look at the economic situation right now, you can clearly see that things are going higher and higher, right? The funds that these individuals are making for minimum wage are not is not satisfactory enough to meet their day-to-day means or requirements, man. Right? There is around 30 to 31 days within a month, and every month the common individuals get paid. All those individuals who are working minimum wage, the minimum wage can't satisfy their daily means or means of living. So a lot of these people have to resort to a less moral means of sustaining themselves. And it's sad that we have to basically see our people reach this stage, man. And this is one of the reasons why we need deliverance. This is one of the reasons why we need salvation. And we should call upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You understand? This is one of the reasons. Let's turn to the law, right? To get a little bit more assessment of how to judge a situation like this. So we're going to the book of Leviticus chapter 22, right? We can start at 1. It says, if a man shall steal an ox or a sheep, or kill it, or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 5 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up, meaning to basically doing burglary in the action of stealing, right, and be smitten that he died, there shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the thief be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, or the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution. Right? So that is pretty much what's supposed to happen. Verse 7, if a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges, to see whether he have put his hand upon his neighbor's goods. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox or for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challenge it to be is, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor. Right? So there is an appropriate way how to go about these things, man. And when you clearly see individuals in a means of sufferation that he is stealing to satisfy his hunger, right? There is a particular judgment or a particular level of compassion that you have to exercise. You understand? Because you cannot oppress a people beyond measure. You understand? The scriptures speak about pretty much individuals or farmers leaving back some of the harvest for the poor. Right? In this society, you can't really find that. You understand? Yes, you have relief programs and stuff like that, but it is not really substantial enough to basically satisfy or reduce the means of austerity or sufferation that a lot of these people are in. A lot of these houses that you see within the ghettos, right? They have a family of 5, 10, right? Some of them sleep in 5 on 1 bed. You see a couple of them on the floor. It's harsh situations, man. And each and every one of them there is a belly, is a mouth to feed, right? And the parent or the guardian of the household can barely meet to feed themselves, much less some of the children that are a part of these households, right? So it's a very difficult situation, man. The book of Exodus 23 verse 10 says, and 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shall gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. Right? So pretty much that's a point right there, man. Right? As a individual that is cultivating your land and you have harvest, You're supposed to leave off some so that the poor of the people supposed to get to eat, man. From there to the book of Leviticus, chapter chapter 19, verse 9. It says, "And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of the harvest. Thou shalt not glean the vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard, but shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Lord your God." Right? So that is what is supposed to happen, right? To reduce the means of theft within the land, man, so that the hungry souls can be satisfied, right? But we're living in our enemy's land. We're living under bondage, and this is one of the things one of the results of our living condition, right? You have our people stealing, right? So stealing to satisfy your state of hunger, right? This is what is happening, man. And a lot of this is going to happen more and more, man, because as the scripture tell us, say, iniquities are going to increase upon the land, right? Scourges are sent for amendment of men, right? A lot of evils are coming, and these things are going to happen more and more, man. And that's why the scripture say, "Turn unto the Lord, man." Right? Turn unto the Lord while it is pretty much. Let me get that. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Right? This is the time, and this is the right time to turn unto the Lord, to ask for forgiveness and to seek salvation. You understand? Do the necessary things to attain salvation. Right now is basically the time, man. Right? And with that, I hope that this lesson was edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel. I want to say, Kalalal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akar Kodash, the elders and apostles of Graham Stone, and salutations to all brothers pushing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.